We're here at last. We're here at Jerusalem. Yeah, we got up early this morning because we wanted to beat the crowds, and so we are on the Mount of Olives. And so yesterday we ascended the hill of the Lord like the pilgrims of old and the songs of ascent, and we are actually here in the city where it all started, all ends. It will end one day. So right behind me, you see this incredible dome. That's the Dome of the Rock. You see some city walls around it. Now, these aren't the original walls of the time of Jesus, but they give you a sense of what it would be like. Remember, I've taught many times in church that the Temple Mount was more like a fortress than like a church. It was a place that was 3 football fields on one side, 5 football fields on the other, huge fortress walls. In this place during Passover, according to Josephus, as many as 500,000 people would come. And so this is a very historic place. This is a place where King David was, when he was kicked out of Jerusalem by his son Absalom, and came up the Mount of Olives barefoot, torn clothes, weeping as he went. This is the place where his son Solomon, believe it or not, later on would build pagan altars to the gods Chemosh and Moloch. This is the place where Jesus came with his disciples the last week of his life and came down the triumphal entry down the Kidron Valley right here behind me, and then up to Jerusalem. It's the place where Jesus was arrested, obviously placed outside where he was crucified, but it was also the place where the temple was. And so there on Temple Mount was the most sacred place for all Jews. It was a place where heaven met earth. But of course, the reason Jesus came was to break down that barrier. And so it was here on the Mount of Olives that he told his disciples that this amazing complex was going to be destroyed. In fact, sure enough, it was in the year 70 AD when Rome came and destroyed the place due to Jewish rebellion. But of course, Jesus, he saw that in advance, because this was all about the presence of God coming closer and closer. And so this story in Israel has been a story about the presence. How we lost the presence in the Garden of Eden, how God came closer and closer and closer through the tabernacle, through the temple, but finally the Word became flesh. And it says in John 1, the Word became flesh and tabernacled in our midst. And so he came to die, and when he died, the veil in the temple and the Holy of Holies was torn. We see that in Mark chapter 15. And so now the presence of God is available, that we become the temple of the living God. And so we're learning so much. We're excited to be taking you with us on this journey. We may shoot another video before the day is out, or maybe even tomorrow. But God bless you. Hope things are going well there, and look forward to seeing you soon.